right. So you Scorpios have the Death card. Immediately, Scorpio, right? The Lovers and the Fool. Let me show you all three cards. So these three cards right here is all about how it is that for some of you Scorpios, this is kind of a real crazy situation. And the reason why it is I'm saying that is because the Death card, the Lovers, and the Fool really does kind of sum up these three cards alone, how it is the kind of transformation that a lot of you Scorpios are really going through. You really are beginning to ask yourself the question of how is it that somebody could be so cold to you, and just cold in general, where you can show how much it is that you actually like somebody and they don't even consider it. They're just so caught up with trying to make you feel bad, make you feel down, make you feel rejected, make you feel completely distraught and terrible about yourself, and trying to get you to feel terrible about your own self-image, when all it is that you wanted was for somebody that you choose up on in that way romantically to ultimately like you. And these three cards also represent the transformation within yourself, because these are major arcana back to back to back. So this is also about you also going through a transformation within your own selves, where you're also starting to realize that if you are going to date like it is that I was talking about, your self-image has to be different. You know, your self-image, you have to work on some things when it comes to your own self-image. And what I mean by that is, and I've said this before, right? I've taught a lot of you Scorpios many lessons. But one of the things that I did teach you, that's my dog there. But one of the, I love her. But one of the things that I did teach you is you got to get to a point where you got to stop caring about trying to impress the other person so much. Because that's part of the reason why a lot of people have not reached a certain level of potential yet. They're so worried about rejection, and if I'm going to, they have the mentality of if I'm going to get rejected. And what I'm trying to tell you, Scorpios, is forget about that. Forget about all of that. Stop trying to be so accommodating to the person to the point where it actually hurts your game, instead of boasts it, or instead of making your game stronger. You're overly preoccupied with what another person thinks of you too much. And now a lot of you Scorpios are figuring out the hard way, the Lovers and the Fool. You're learning how to let go. You're learning that, as it is that I was trying to tell you, as it is as that I did tell you, if a person is interested in you, this ideology of they don't like you because of the color shoes that you're wearing, or you're not wearing Jordans, or you don't have a particular amount of swagger. It's like, what does swagger have to do with good character? A person could be the corniest person in the world, as far as the way that they dress and, them being flashy. But as long as the person is confident within themselves and they have a good enough self-image and they see you, right, well enough, right? What does that have to do with you Scorpios not wearing certain things? Because Scorpio is a zodiac sign where if you pay attention, you don't see Scorpios wearing a lot of name brand stuff. Or let me be more accurate. If you pay attention, Scorpios may or may not be wearing name brand stuff. But the name brand that Scorpios do wear, it's not the version that most people, it's not the mass production version. Like for instance, and you could Google this if you want, Gucci and Versace and all of these high name brand stores, okay, allegedly, because I ain't trying to, allegedly, but they have these name brand stores have mass production with their name stamped on it all over the place. And then they have a production where they do something else, but the name isn't even on it. But they also do t-shirts, they also do pants, they also do things, but the Gucci name brand isn't stamped on it every inch of it. And it's the same thing here. So what I'm trying to say is that you're realizing that if a person can really judge you harshly based upon something so stupid like that, then 9 chances out of 10 they're not the correct person for you. And that's something that a lot of you Scorpios are starting to learn to get it through your head. Like, why are you so preoccupied with what a loser is preoccupied with? This person, a lot of these people are preoccupied. Whenever it is that you see someone like that, they're preoccupied with name brand stuff or judging you harshly based upon name brand. And the truth of the matter is, that's not really the real cause as to why it is that they're judging you. They're trying to find any kind of reason to tell you no because they're dysfunctional. And they know that they're dysfunctional. So they're trying to come up with the reason to project on you why they can't rock with you. I can't rock with you because this. I can't rock with you because of that. I had one time somebody told me that I was old because when I had the beard here, and I'm saying to myself, yeah, I have a beard because that goes to show you how hard I've been in the lab here making these videos, trying to grow my channel. Because when you on the grind for something, right, and you really serious, you become so focused on it sometimes to the point where you sacrifice shaving. You'll take a shower and, do the basics and keep yourself clean and all of that and presentable. But you may forget, as a man, you may forget about things like shaving your face and all this other type of stuff sometimes. The Knight of Wands and the High Priestess now is about how, well, the High Priestess represents Taurus. And then the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is about, and again, like an extension of that idea, this new transformation that a lot of you Scorpios are going through. A lot of you Scorpios are also realizing, bump the confusion too. And what I mean when I say bump it, I mean forget about the confusion, the idea of they don't have time to waste on you and that you're so pathetic. But then at the same time, it's like, but they call you for help. Some people call you for help. Some people trying to, rest their head on your shoulders, right, romantically, whenever it is that they're calling you and asking you for help. Whenever they want help, whenever it is that they want attention. So no more free attention. No more free attention. If a person cannot make up their mind and stop it with the stupidity, you're going to look at them like something wrong with you. I'm going to go ahead, go on about my business. And you Scorpios are going to live your life and continue to date and live your life as normally just without them because you have a better self-image. And the High Priestess represent, now you don't have time to spend. You don't have time to spend on those individuals anymore. So it's a lot more staying out of the way, being quiet, right? Being Scorpios, a lot more hiding in plain sight, being incognito. And the Knight of Swords represent, but even now, as people will talk to you in the future, if they haven't already, you'll be looking for that. You will be looking to see if a person actually has any kind of value or decency or stuff like that to them. And that if they don't, a lot of you Scorpios will look at it and you'll dub them automatically and be like, nah, I'm good. The Seven of Wands and the Chariot now is about how, because, and a lot of those people are not going to like the fact that you dubbed them. A lot of those people are not going to, you Scorpios are going to find out through experience that when you stop looking for dates and when you stop trying to go hard to impress others, a lot of people will essentially be drawn to you. I personally, Scorpio, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, I can't tell you. Hold on. What'd you say? Why? Okay. I'm in here. That's my family. But so yeah, I can't tell you. I can tell you many stories, or I can't tell you how many times it's been within the past. I want to say 3 years, right? Since 2020, 3 years, 2021, 2022, and this year. I've been in the street, walking by myself, walking with my dog, right? Not necessarily with my family, but walking by myself or walking with my dog, and not even really caring about trying to get the attention of other people. Not really, really. And being in my own world and just enjoying my own existence. Obviously, keeping my head on a swivel, looking around, surveying my surroundings, right? It's just part of being in the hood. It's just something that I learned ever since I was a kid. My mom always told me to be aware of my surroundings ever since I was a kid. So I grew up like that, right? And still to this day, 32, I still act like that, right? So I can't tell you how many times it's been where, because I'm just minding my own business and I really don't care to impress, and I've had plenty of people, so to speak, give me choosing signals. I don't care about their choosing signals, because the choosing signal is hogwash anyway. Because what is the idea here? The idea is you do nothing and you have this sense of entitlement, and you just look at me and what? I'm supposed to feel pressed to go over there. And guess what happened? It would raise the attraction even more, because I really don't care about trying to get their attention, because I understand the futility in it. And that's when this is where you Scorpios are going to be on point, because you're going to kind of like be fighting people off. You'll be having to metaphorically beat people off with a stick in order to keep people off from being attracted to you, because you don't care about trying to get people's attention. See, the people who get a lot of the attention are people who are the most bodacious and the most flashy, because flashiness is meant to bring attention to oneself. So of course they're going to get the attention, but a lot of the attention that they do get, no matter how fly it looks, 100% of the times, there's a lot of people within that group of people that's giving that person attention that really doesn't rock with them like that. That really doesn't rock with them like that, no matter how popular they are. So I'm saying all that to say that you want to know at the end of the day who the real popular ones are. It's people like you, Scorpio. It's people like you, the types of people that remain in the shadows, that keep their mouth shut, that work their hardest, that have nice stuff, that legitimately walks the walk and talks the talk, but chooses to keep their mouth quiet most of the times, because there's not a lot of people worthy of talking to and sharing and walking with, if you catch my drift, and sharing yourself, who you are, and your resources with, because so many people want to be on some dysfunctional stuff. So the Hierophant and the Justice now, Taurus, is about, or Sagittarius, right? But more so Taurus influence, is about, which is your opposite sign. This is about, so this is for you finding your own inner peace. And actually being happy with the fact that you Scorpios are in the shadows. Because sometimes you Scorpios, I ain't even gonna lie, like, and this happens with everybody. I ain't gonna say it happens with everybody, but it happens with a lot of people. Sometimes a lot of you Scorpios are not happy being in the shadows, and you wish you had a lot of attention. And then when you realize that in your own particular life, that you as a Scorpio, the more attention a Scorpio has, is the worse a Scorpio, the worse things get for a Scorpio. You shouldn't be trying to attract all that attention. And some of you Scorpios may have learned the hard way from trial and error of that lesson. But now a lot of you Scorpios are realizing that you were meant for the shadows and to embrace it. And the High Priestess thinks so. The High Priestess thinks so. The Death card, which represents Scorpio, thinks so. So this is what I'm talking about, Scorpios. Like, you're on the right track and you're doing the things that you should be doing. It's just a matter of you have to learn to understand your own self-image within yourself and to stop caring so much about dysfunctional people. It's not that they don't like you. It's just that they are dysfunctional, and they are too dysfunctional to be with you. So let's clarify the Hierophant. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 9 of Cups. Right, you're looking for quality relationships, and you're willing to work to be in one. But as long as the person is willing to work to be in a relationship with you, as long as they reciprocate, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you should have, 50-50. But you know, a lot of goofy individuals who don't know what they're talking about, or who deliberately try to misinform people, deliberately knowing that they are doing it, will sit up here online and try to make it seem like 50-50 relationships is like crazy. It's like, no, it's not. Factually, that's what works. That's the best kind. You dig? Queen of Wands, and then you have the 9 of Cups. Remain to be true to yourself. Don't be so preoccupied with rubbing everybody the correct way, metaphorically speaking. You know what I mean? If a person is dysfunctional, if a person doesn't have integrity, don't feel bad about breaking their heart by keeping it 100 with them and letting them know that they're not right for you, because you do carry yourself with a certain level of integrity and dignity. So let's clarify the Justice and get out of here. Knight of Wands, the Empress, the Strength, and then you have the Judgment, right? So this is what it is that I'm saying. Like, to clarify the Justice, we have the Knight of Wands and the Empress, okay? And these two cards right here are about you, Scorpios, finally being able to let go of the self-doubt. And if a person is playing games with you, trust me, Scorpio, when I tell you this, y'all, all the zodiac signs who've been over here know I've been through mad experiences in my life, and I learned from everywhere. Let me tell you, Scorpio, I've seen those situations where somebody will clown me, and then they'll be doing terrible later. And I didn't have anything to do with that. The decisions that they made were not very good. And they spent so much time trying to clown me, or whatever the case may be. Put it like this, right? And I ain't even gonna say any names. Put it like this. Some of them turned into goths because I was talking to them and we was kicking it for a while, but then they wanted to play themselves, tried to call themselves embarrassing me. And they felt that they thought what it is that they was getting was a better deal, right? Showboat in front of my face. I ain't have a problem with that because like I said, I would never been a jealous type. That's not my style. But they thought that it would get me jealous. That's not what happened. What happened is they would end up being with a partner that would smack them up. The partner went to jail. They reported their partner. They got with somebody else that was older, that would try to take advantage. And because of the fact that that person couldn't find anybody that matched my integrity, or was me, where I would come back, me in particular, uniquely me myself will come back, this person used to stalk me. And I would see the change in this person, because this person would essentially start going from beautiful, right? Because we was both minors, okay? We was both minors. But beautiful, basically grew up with them. Beautiful and very bright and chipper and full of life, to now being down in the dumps and being a goth and wearing all black. They go down like that. The Strength and the Judgment now is about how, so you Scorpios maintain your own strength. When people decide that they want to play stupid, when they want to act like they playing stupid games, let them win stupid prizes, yo. They deserve it.